Greetings, this is Paul, your Pacific Northwest trail guide. I want to help you pick your next trail to explore, so let's check this one out. On the west side of Mount Hood, Bald Mountain sits nearby, and this hike will take you to its summit. The former site of a lookout tower, it is a prime location to get an unobstructed view of Mount Hood and many other features in the canyon on this site as well. This guide brings you there in a 6.2 mile round trip in and out hike, which starts at Lolo Pass trailhead. You'll ascend over 1,400 feet along the way, but the top of Bald Mountain is only up around 4,500 feet of elevation or so. Getting to Lolo Pass trailhead is pretty simple. Coming in from the west on Highway 26, you'll turn left on East Lolo Pass Road and zigzag. This road takes you all the way to the trailhead, becoming Forest Road 18 along the way and leaving county maintenance. Even after that, the road is mostly in good shape, but there are a few huge potholes to watch out for, so drive carefully to avoid those. The road continues on following a high voltage power line corridor until you reach the trailhead right at a sharp right bend in the road where it leaves the power line corridor. There are no posted permit requirements at this trailhead. Photographers might enjoy a late afternoon arrival at the summit of Bald Mountain when the afternoon sun lights up the west face of Mount Hood, so bring your best camera for that. If you're visiting in the mid to late summer, you're likely to find abundant huckleberries along the trail to enjoy for foraging. Our hike starts off on the Pacific Crest Trail, heading up to the top of a ridgeline, which then follows up to the backside of Bald Mountain. Around here, we turn onto the Timberline Trail for a short bit until we reach the unmarked summit trail, heading uphill, which takes us the rest of the way to the top. After you get away from the road on the PCT, it quickly starts ascending up the ridge. Lots of rhododendrons crowd the trail, and soon you are taking many switchbacks and ascending more steeply. Eventually, the rhododendrons start thinning out, replaced by more huckleberries along the trail. After that last switchback, most of your ascending is out of the way, and it gets much more gradual. Then you are just gliding along the last bit to the top of the ridge and over to the other side. Along the way, you'll pass a clearing with a preview of Mount Hood. Not a bad place to take a breather if you need it. Eventually, the trail lines back up with the top of the ridge and starts to descend slightly down it as you head towards the junctions ahead. Several old campsites can be seen along the trail as you get close. You first reach a junction with the top Spur trail heading off to the right. Keep in mind that if you're short on time, you can do a shorter version of this hike starting at the top Spur trail for just a 2-mile round trip. Continuing straight on the Pacific Crest Trail, shortly after you reach a 4-way junction. Here we take the middle trail, which puts us on the Timberline Trail, which circumnavigates Mount Hood. We won't be on it for long though, because you soon see the Bald Mountain Summit Trail heading off up to your left between a couple of large trees. Turn onto it and start your final ascent. This trail is not maintained much, so expect to hop many logs as you make your way up these last 270 feet of ascending. The trail levels out here at the top and continues around to the former tower site. A couple of the concrete footings have been moved from their original location to make seats. The wide canyon and amazing view expand before you, and down the hill a bit you can see people on the Timberline Trail below, which curves around Bald Mountain after you left it. I don't often cook on a day hike, but I randomly planned to this time and it worked out well because the viewpoint was crowded when I showed up, and whipping up some trail tacos took just the right amount of time for it to clear out. Thanks for the inspiration, Chef Corso. Nothing funky going on for the trip back on this one, just a simple in and out the way we came. Say farewell to Mount Hood for now. You've got a lot of descending ahead of you. As you head through the thin young trees up here on the top of Bald Mountain, it might give you an idea of how it might have got its name at one time in the past when it was bare. The lookout structure was likely removed in the late 60s, So the forest has had over 50 years to come back and reclaim the hilltop. After the short descent of Bald Mountain, we get plopped out on the Timberline Trail and turn right onto it. And then pick up the Pacific Crest Trail soon after for our return. After making your way back to where the trail crosses over the ridge and you begin descending again, you might be able to catch a glimpse of Mount Adams far away through the trees. Before you know it, you're heading down the back of the ridge, down the many switchbacks and a sea of rhododendrons. Here are my ratings for this route. The terrain on this one rates 2 out of 5 rocks. The Pacific Crest Trail stretch is all finely maintained. Just the last bit to the summit can be rougher trail, but not much to contend with, really. For elements, not much special to call out. It is up there in elevation a bit, so it'll get snowy before actual winter hits most of the time. The length and climb are both pretty average day hike levels, so they both get 3 out of 5. That's all for this edition of Pacific Northwest Trail Guide. I hope I have or will soon help you pick your next trail to explore. I scouted this trail in September of 2025, but all trails are always evolving. If you pick this trail and encounter any changes people might like to know about, please help out your fellow explorers by sharing in the comments on this video. I've shown some of the beautiful sights on this trail in what feeble capacity video can render. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but an experience with all of your senses cannot even be conveyed in pictures or video. So don't take my word for it. Get out there and see it for yourself.